Welcome to this small work table. Now an event happened this week that caught my eye and I wanted to explore the battery that came out of this meter because it's only just failed and the meter is over 12 years old. I'll show you a bit of footage of when this was a heck of a lot newer. There we are, that's a view of it during some lightning storm experiments 12 years ago. And as you can see, well, for a start, you can see what was printed on it. It's all worn off now, but that battery there has been in it for at least 12 years. I've never changed it, and this week I had to because the readings were out, the readings were wrong, and I'll show you the measurement actually of what's left on it. Right, so of course there's a new battery in there. Now let's see if I can measure what was on the old one. A bit like chopsticks going on here. Alright, and in fact 8.1, which is really relatively high, isn't it? I mean, for all those years. But 8.1 volts, and then it started to mess up with its readings, but I was most impressed and I thought, you know what, let's take this apart on camera and see what's going on inside it. I've also got another one here to take apart. There might be differences inside. Right, let's do that. First of all, a quick look at the outside of this one. There's the manufacturer. Looks like 2019 it was Best Buy, so that's fair enough. This other one here is actually older, 2013. Right, next thing, get a pair of tin snips or something. Let's take this apart. I've got these old pliers. The end's actually snapped there, but anyway. Here's the connecting edge. So I'm going to pull away from there to get this apart. There we go, just a few seconds later the whole thing ripped. I wonder if I can now open this. Can I pull that apart? No, I think it's still, no, hang on, it's moving. Oh right, oh, it's one of these type with the stacked cells. Now I have seen them where they've got round cells inside. I don't think there's anything chemically that I should be worried about with bare fingers. But there we are, that's the inside. I've done that on camera, great. So, what I was thinking actually, to keep this thing alive, is to reuse that top part. If I can take that bit off, then, hang on a second, you know these connectors you get for 9 volt batteries? Well, what would be the problem with reusing that top part? If we have a look, it is the same thing, obviously. So, should be able to get more of these by salvaging from old 9 volt batteries. Next thing I'll do is to cut this cardboard type stuff, and then presumably this will all fall apart. I will be washing my hands afterwards. And you know, all I did was went to cut this, pulled a little, the whole thing came off. That's great. In terms of salvage, it's great anyway. Right, so the next thing I've done is to tidy up this little piece, and there we are, there's a 9 volt battery connector. That's a nice little bit of salvage. I don't think I've seen people do that before, so I'm happy with that one. That's great. Now, a bit more of a look at these. Right, I'll use these pliers. Did I call those pliers before? Do apologise, they're more like snips. Right, I'm going to use these pliers, correct name, and use a bit of force to try and separate these because they do seem to be connected very well. Now you can perhaps see the various dents in this thing. It looks like that's like an epoxy. It's rock hard and I can't get the thing apart. I'll probably saw through it, something to try and get it apart. But what I did think to do was, while it's like this, can we still get a voltage reading on it? Let's see if I can show this. Now, if I go either end, there we go, hopefully you can see that. 7.97. And now I'm outside to cut it apart with this saw. I'll cut one of the cells out. And in fact, when I started to cut, I realised it's a thick piece of plastic instead of an epoxy, so that's fine. And then they just sort of fall apart and fall out of it. So there's an individual cell inside this type of 9 volt battery. You can see the carbon and such in there. Oh yeah. So next we'll quickly take apart the other one, see if it's a different type. Okay, so same script with this one. It's got the side part there that I can rip into with these non-pliers. Let's have a look inside. There's the first rip into it. Now I'm wondering, is that similar kind of connector strip that runs down the side? Let's find out. And the answer is yes, it would appear that it's the same type. But at least, as I say, we can salvage that for a 9-volt battery clip. So that's one good thing again. And yes, there we are, now it's fully removed. I was able to just pull it from the rest of the canister. But yeah, there's the connecting piece that connects the top to the bottom. And it's just flown off. But yeah, salvage that bit, that's fine. And I'll look for another 9-volt battery now. Some while later, yes, I did find another, and it's got the different types of cell in there. This is actually an old Energizer. March of 2014, this one. So no wonder this one was flat as well. So, it has these types of cell in them. They're called LR61s. They're slightly smaller than, what do they call it? Quadruple A. But that's what each one of those looks like. What I did then was I've pulled the side apart. You can see inside there is the kind of carbon stuff, and this little pin is the other connection, which I presume is zinc. It's a tiny little thing. It doesn't even run all the way down the length. It's to about halfway. So I thought that was really quite fascinating. There we are, 2 lozenge cell type of 9 volts and 1 cylindrical cell type of 9 volts. But we do have 3 more 9 volt battery connectors. I am pleased about that. I don't know what this was all about though. It's a tiny little pin. Anyway, all that came from 9 volt battery failing in over 3300 after 12 years. If you like this kind of thing, please do like and subscribe. I'm trying to get monetized, so I need 4,000 watch hours now. And I'll see you next time.